Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, namaste, sat sri akal, salam alaikum. I'm very confident all of you are thriving in euphoria there because so am I, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day. And it's a sunny day now after lots and lots of rain in India, in Mumbai. So, I'm not hoping, I'm very positive that you all are thriving there. And today I wanted to talk about my favorite subject because I took almost more than 2 years to heal that part of me, which is the child, the inner child. So that's why I feel so confident to be a mother, to be a child, to be a friend, to be a sister, to be a spouse, to be everything, because it is the child inside of us that is always curious, that is always innocent, that is always ready to explore and begin a new journey every single day, like the sun, right? It's a new beginning every single day. We adults put a lot of ego into our mind, and that reflects in our body and in our energies. So, however, we'll talk about it. Before that, we'll do a little bit of meditation. Okay, let's start. ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। 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 Lord Ganesha is the Lord who gives us power, resilience, confidence, and it strengthens our courage, our solar plexus chakra, and gives us a lot of confidence and to move forward in life and bring us the right attitude, a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and guidance, of course, right? So, okay, what are we talking about today? The inner child. So we all have three characters inside of us, right? Like we label it, or we count it, or we measure it, or we look at, perceive it as like a child, an adult, and a senior citizen. So it doesn't just like, it's just not just like that we have just come to that conclusion that we have three stages of life. It is really, if you see psychologically also, it's we call transaction analysis, where we have these characters. We have a child inside of us, we have an adult inside of us, and we have a wiser, senior, a guide inside of us, right? So that's psychologically we have these three characters living inside of us, even if we are small in age and by physical age, right? So which over the period, over the time, comes into forefront, comes into our experience, comes into our consciousness with experience, not age. Age is what we see in linear time, but your soul is very old, and it's an experiences, the memories it is holding in your subconscious. Some children are more wiser and knows a lot of things in their small age also, because they have lived a very enlightening or a lot of experiences in their previous lives, and it is already there in memory, so that they continue that karma from there. They don't have to go through all those things which we many of us learn by experiencing in present life. So whatever, I'll not go to that much of past life, maybe in another video. So what I wanted to talk about today is the inner child, is how our present moment, everyday life is affected by the inner child's state of being, state of presence, state of its state inside of us, how the inner child feels, is what is also affecting our present today, whatever is our ages, right? Like mostly our the subconscious programming happens in our childhood days, how we are brought up, what we eat, what we listen, what we watch, what we indulge in, what we play, whom we are surrounded with, what we listen to at home, how our parents are being or our elders are leading as an example, how they live, how they think. We take all of that, and even when we are in our mother's womb, how they live their life and everything, it is so karmically connected, right? Is that I am going to do another video where it is I want to do family dynamics and karmic patterns, how we continue living, how our parents or our ancestors have lived and have been thinking about, that is affecting our lives in this life. So whatever, now we're talking about the child. So it's very important in that period of time where our subconscious is being programmed, right, with in all the surrounding and environment and practices and belief systems. It comes from that period of time, because that's when we are grabbing these data, these informations. It's conditioning our mind, and we grow up with that, and we start living that all our lives. So we like if you see, more than I think more than 70 to 80% of us globally have, in this generation, if you see in this generation, probably more than 70% must be. I have not seen the exact psychological statement, but yeah, more than 65 to 70% of us globally today of this generation are wounded, very much wounded as a child. We carry our childhood wounds and we live from that space all our lives, because we have in this generation a lot of toxicity we have seen in past, which is changing right now. We are changing right now, but in past, if you see, even in recent past, if you see 10 years or 20 years, a decade before, so we have seen a lot of fights and in our social environment at home, lot of unhealthy eating habits, processed food, alcohol, effects of aftermaths and effects of all those lifestyle patterns, thinking, codependency, and the foul languages, abusive connections, relationships, and all of that, right? Social media effect, everything, porn industry, the all these drugs and everything that has affected our generation so much. uh, if you see, from our parents to grandparents, and we have been seeing all that and living all those things, and it has wounded us so much in our subconscious mind, in our body. We are carrying that in our body, those pain, those wounds. We are carrying that in our mind, in our heart. We are so wounded that we start living from the space of fear, the space of abuse, the space of abandonment, the space of insecurity. All these emotions are so deep rooted in our subconsciousness that our consciousness is every day fighting, putting those walls and living with those insecurities, and so scared to be vulnerable, so scared to be authentic, so scared to be who we are. We want to just please everybody, we want to just live for everyone, because I have seen that pattern inside of me. If somebody used to give me a little bit of love, I will just give all of me to them. It's nice to love someone unconditionally, but you have to equally give that to you. You have to keep some energies for yourself and not completely, become someone and overburden that connection, right? Either it's professional, personal, platonic, romantic, doesn't matter. So it's like, I was so wounded. I didn't get that emotional nurturing and fulfillment in my childhood, at my home and environment, social environment, school or teachers. So I've always been so wounded, so lonely, so broken inside. Everywhere I got a little bit of love or care, I used to like, this is the end of the world. I am just going to stick with this person and glued, be dependent emotionally. See, this is a pattern. This is an emotional pattern. And that insecurity you make, so it brings a lot of baggage and burden to that connection. Either it's any space, either professional, personal, doesn't matter, everywhere it will reflect, because it's a subconscious wounding you are carrying. So anyway, even if you get one job interview, you'll be like, oh, I got this job interview, you lack self-esteem, you lack self-love. So it is like a dream come true. This is the job I wanted, this is what I'm. So you don't have ambitions, you lack goals, you lack self-love, and you start thinking from the space of scarcity, from the space of lack, from the space of abandonment, of pain, and everything that you see, like, it's the best thing in for me. You don't understand what is, who you are, what do you want, and you can actually have everything that you want, and you deserve better. So it's that doesn't mean anything is less, but yes, you know what you desire, what your calling is, what your path is, when you are aware, when you are healed. So that is such a deep rooted wounding from childhood we carry, and the inner child is always so scared, so insecure, so scared of being abandoned, so scared of being judged, so scared of being hurt, that when it is already hurt, and when you go and connect with other people, you will hurt them. There is no other way. If I'm hurt, if I'm scared, if I'm insecure, that is what I'm going to extend as an energy in every space of my life, every connection to everything. So it really burdens everyone, the person, the space, the experience, the group of people, everything where I will put my hand into, it will be more burdensome for everyone. So it had been like that. I had learned to observe my emotional patterns, my living patterns, and I went inside, I meditated, I healed that inner child, and then nurtured and nourished myself so well that I understood it's not anybody's fault. They only extended what they had, that as per their awareness. It's my parents or grandparents or relatives or siblings. What they had, they shared with me. What they felt, who they are, they reflected that to me. And I have been carrying that energy and identifying myself with that energy and thinking this is me, but that's not me. I am an ascended being. I am a master creator of my reality, my destiny. I am aware of that. After I did my healing in my evolution and my spiritual journey, I learned more about me, who I am, what are my gifts, where am I going, where am I blocking my skills, my energies, my growth, my expansion, my evolution. How can I overcome that? So it has been a long journey for me. It has been a, I don't connect with that word, but yes, challenging journey for me. But I really enjoyed, appreciated, acknowledged, and celebrated every bit of it, because that's where I am today, and I love myself for who I am and where I am today. So the journey itself is enlightening. It's not about the destination, because there is no destination. Every moment is a destination. I am the outcome. You are the outcome, not your possessions, your connections, your experiences. They are your experiences. They are the consequences of who you are. So you are the outcome and destination every moment of time and space and reality. You are more than your experiences, your connections, your possessions, your ideas, your intentions. You are infinite potential. You are infinite. Your emotional intelligence, your artificial intelligence, your infinite intelligence, your infinite consciousness, which is never ending, which is eternal. Your soul will be transitioning for evolution always, right? And you don't remember that in non-physical you had decided and chosen to descend to human body and ascend in human body and evolve as a spirit. So I've gone. This topic is something I always go somewhere or the other, right? So, what I was talking about is the inner child, which is always looking for validation, looking for security, looking for love, looking for care, looking for nurturing outside of us. Like, when an inner child is healed and balanced, then you are always secure. You are being authentic, you're being cute, innocent, loving, playful. You are not scared of being vulnerable, because a child looks for security from parents, or from their environment, because you are not grown that much mentally and physically, right? You don't feel strong and confident. But when it is healed as an adult, when it is not healed, when it is wounded, we feel the same. We feel scared to be vulnerable, we feel scared to be strong, confident, and we are so much driven by the ego, the conditioning. So when we heal that, when we release the baggage, when we let go of the past, when we heal those wounds that we have been carrying from our childhood, from our family, from our ancestors, those karmas, that we release that pattern and start a new cycle as a healed person, we create and extend and attract from the space of well-being, from wholeness, from security, from stability, from confidence, from attitude, from gorgeousness, from it's the wholeness. You become self-sufficient, you become self-confident, you feel self-secure, you feel self-stable, you are always ready to take risk, you're always you know what you are doing, what you want, and how you can do it, and with whom you want to do it, how you are coming together with the energies in the spaces and times, how you are approaching your life. Everything completely transforms and transcends to a different space. Even the shadow side we have, I'm going to make a different video on the shadow side of us. The shadow side we acknowledge that, because the child doesn't know. If you see a dark, the child will be scared. But as an adult, when you're wise, when you've healed that inner child, you don't feel scared in the journey of darkness, in challenges, or where you feel like you don't know what the direction is. You still give in to the unknown, because you feel certain within yourself. You feel stable and secure within yourself. When you are not feeling that, it's just because the inner child is screaming for security, for protection, for love, for care. So that's where we need to heal the issues of abandonment, the issues of emotional nurturing, the wounds that we have been carrying from childhood, and rewire our consciousness, and come to a space of self-sufficiency, self-confidence, self-wholeness, self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, self-nourishment. And from that space, when we connect, when we create, anything we do, we collaborate, we are so successful. We are the triumph. We create what we want, we attract what we desire, and it's so fulfilling life. Even if you don't create anything, just existence itself is so fulfilling. Breathing air is itself so fulfilling. You feel like you're on top of the world. That's how I feel right now, in every moment of my life, regardless of who comes in, who goes out, what I have, what I don't have, doesn't matter. I am the outcome, I am the magic, I am the destiny. You must be aware of that you are the infinite potential, and you are writing and creating your life every single moment. So the inner child needs to feel stable, needs to feel protected, needs to feel loved within, and that cannot come from outside or anybody else. That needs to be healed. And then when you relate with others, when you attract and create and collaborate with others, personally and professionally, you already go from the space of wholeness. Then you create fulfilling experiences, fulfilling connections, fulfilling creations, and you don't seek for validation, because the child itself is very happy inside, like the sun. So that is what I wanted to talk about. And so whoever is seeking for inner child healing, there are people who does the healing. I only speak what I intuitively feel guided towards. I have done my healing by self Reiki practices, self hypnotism, hypnotherapy, and affirmations, and writing, journaling. I have done all of that myself. But if you need a seeking for guidance and help for how you can heal the inner child inside of you, you can write it to me. Please mail it to me or comment below. I will read it, and then I will guide you people to the right direction. Okay, whoever seeks for that guidance, I will guide you to the right direction. Or otherwise, if it is more number of people are writing to me, probably I'll share the link to where you can reach out to. Or if it is depending on how many people are reaching out to me, so I will see. If it is 2-3 people, I'll send individually, share the links with you. If there are more people, probably I'll make a video, or I'll share the contacts and the link of the person or the resources who is providing that help professionally to heal the inner child, and release those karmic cycles, release your karma, release your painful experiences, and reprogram your conditioning. So we carry all those energies within us, and it's stuck within us. And because not everybody can do it individually and for longer time, going through all the things. But if you feel called to do it yourself, please do it. Go through your journey. Your intuition will guide you. If you need any help, please write to me and I'll guide you to the right direction. I know people who does that professionally and help you to come out of the stuckness, the blockages, and heal that inner child and make you feel confident, vital, vibrant, happy, joyful, abundant in all certain ways, right? So this is what I wanted to share. Before I say this, Vidania, I send love and light to all you beautiful, beautiful munchkins. Keep thriving, keep shining. Accept and embrace your shadow side while you empower and celebrate your light side and give in to the light side, right? Tame that beast inside. Tame that bloody beast inside. Don't run away from it. So that's what I want to say, and love you all. Take care and happy, happy, happy week ahead.